All right, welcome everybody. This is CBSI presents Tales from Flipside number 13. I'm Dino. I don't have anything important to say today, so boys, let's introduce ourselves.
John Z here. Been fueled by bourbon the last few hours, so it could get interesting.
This is Brian Wood, SimpleMansComics.com and YouTube.
P-Dub's here, back on the can.
Hey, can't beat it. So, boys, what have you been doing? Anything? Well, how's everybody's fourth? Let's talk about that, I guess. Anything? Anybody do anything good?
I know we have a social network thing for our neighborhood, and you would think because it's the 4th, there were no fireworks going off, but you wouldn't believe how many people were posting links on there that the whole neighborhood was reading, saying, "Y'all hear them gunshots?" Everyone's like, "You idiot, it's freaking fireworks."
So, don't worry about that shit in Detroit. Dino's like, shit, that's every day.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny is I honestly, was I in here? Because in my city, it's like Baghdad during like July 4th. That's crazy. And I didn't think about the 4th and connecting to it. And I was down here and I think I was scanning books or I was doing something. And all I hear was this massive booming. I'm like, man, did it rain? Is it raining like thunderstorms? And then all of a sudden it's just like fireworks going off left and right. It was crazy.
That's the two best times of the year is the 5th of July and the day after Black Friday, because you get to see all like the epic fails on YouTube for like the fireworks and people like firing them off and shooting them out of their ass and burning up their assholes and getting shot in the face with Roman candles. And
did you see that dude with the Roman candles? He had like them all strapped on both of his arms, and then like one fell down and like almost blew his leg off.
Yeah, it was like a Gatling gun of Roman candles.
Like
people are fucking idiots.
I saw the one sign. I think it was on Reddit. It was like, "Hey kids, don't light fireworks. Have your drunk adult friends do it," or some shit like that.
I've seen one of the Roman candle things like that was set up correctly. That looked pretty sweet, but he didn't have anything to secure the back, so they just blew out. He just duct taped them all together.
Yeah,
the ones in the middle weren't as held in as tight, and then just blew back.
What about the cool thing about the 4th that I always forget about it until every year I see it is the drones, like the drones getting shot off in the air while they're doing fireworks and stuff, and like going in between the performances. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the professional ones.
Yeah, the pro ones, not like Uncle Rick's hillbilly fucking drone, but the professional ones. Yeah.
A camera tied on a balloon.
No, I had a good 4th. Monday was rough, but no, I'm sorry, I messed up all my days. Our office was open Monday, so that was dumb. And then, but we got out early, and then Wednesday was water and Gatorade for breakfast.
Nice. Pedialyte, man, get that Pedialyte going, dude. It's all good.
Yeah.
Cool. So, first topic is we're back on the Batman Harley Quinn animated movie. So we are we talked about it last time, I believe, that it's coming out on August 15th, and it's getting its own comic series. That is the new news, I believe. So
heck yeah,
it's going to be the prequel for, I think it's 4 comics, and then the movie's gonna release, and the movie's gonna pick up where the comics left off, and then it's gonna be 7 more issues after the movie completes, and it's gonna create its own like crazy arc, which I don't know, we might actually start seeing that more. You guys think? What do you guys think about that? Like comics and then animated movies, and then comics after the animated movie's done?
Well, they're either going to make some extra money and cross brand, or they're going to lose people that are too lazy to do both.
Yeah, well, and to their credit or discredit, I guess, they're going to release it digitally first, so, you know, and then print afterwards, so.
And then they're going to cash grab again next summer because they're going to release it in a trade paperback.
Yeah. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt it, so.
That's what one of the articles says. All 12 chapters of the series will be collected in trade paperback in summer 2018.
Well, at least they're telling you in advance.
Yeah.
And then they were changing the names of the comics too, right? The prequel is one thing, and then after the movie, they were changing the name.
Yep, and let me be more diligent in my reporting skills.
Hopefully Frank Miller's not leading the project, or it'll be done and put to the trade in 2024.
No, it's Ty Templeton and Rick Burkitts or whatever, and then let's see. Yeah, what were they gonna call? They were gonna call something else. Hold on 1 second. I just saw the link. It's over here.
And don't delete the whole outline.
No, if I do it, oh well. I mean, the 7 people will watch will get mad at us, but whatever.
Yeah, first it's gonna be called the digital series. The prequel is gonna be called Harley Quinn and Batman.
Yes.
Then it's gonna change to Batman and Harley Quinn.
Oh man.
So
that sounds like something I would do.
That would be something you would do. Oh, that's funny. And then breaking news on Batman again is after the Batman Harley Quinn, whatever you want to call it, movie / whatever. The next movie is going to be Gotham by Gaslight, which I haven't read, but me and Wood were talking before this thing started and he said it was pretty decent.
It's an interesting concept. I mean, animated maybe. It's just not. It's not amazing, I guess, compared to Red Sun.
Yeah.
It's more of a, it's an interesting twist, an interesting idea, but it's not mind blowing.
But I'm sure it'll be decent. DC has great, DC. DC has great runs with animated movies, so I'm sure it won't be terrible.
No, I'll watch it. I just, it's not as an expansive story as some of the others. Because I mean, even the book is a pretty small page read.
You're also going to get a sneak peek of it in the Batman and Harley Quinn Blu-ray release.
Ooh. They're
Synergy.
They're marketing the shit out of this. I like this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I said, I never read it. I actually had the comic, but it's just sat in my box. I've never actually read it.
It was one of those I picked it up for $1. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna read it, and it sat on my pile of books for probably 6 months, and I finally just got around to it.
Whoa!
Player 2 has entered the arena. Ben?
Oh man!
No, you're here. You're here.
Oh, you're here, dude.
Oh, it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't touch anything.
What's up, fellas?
Well,
Okay, don't touch anything.
I know him. We're a friend from work.
Is it quiet?
No.
No, you're good, man.
And you're live.
Yeah, and we're live.
Sweet.
Yes.
What's up, fellas?
Not much, man.
We were just discussing Gotham by Gaslight.
Yes.
Has anybody besides me actually read it?
I read it a long time ago. I still got it. I loved it.
Huh. I don't know. My opinion is it's okay, but it just wasn't like expansive enough for me to be, excited about an animated movie, I guess.
Well, it was probably only like 30 pages, maybe?
Yeah, it was not big. I mean, it was a prestige format, but it was little. Yeah, I bet it was a 32 page book.
Is he gonna grunt around like Man of Steel style, like Batman just grunt around for 30 pages?
Maybe. No, I mean it's fine. It's just not. I don't know. I guess it gives them a lot of creative freedom since the source material is pretty thin.
Yeah, I mean I think I like the Elseworld stories. I like taking your normal characters and throwing them into I mean, this was like a whole different time. I mean, it wasn't even. It was just really cool. I liked it.
It's different. I mean, I like the Elseworlds. I watched for them. I didn't read many the first time they were around, so I've kind of been just catching them as I find things. So I think I just didn't read as much DC back then.
What was the rumor they were going to do Red Sun, but they animated for sure, or you never know.
I don't think they've said it. I thought they toyed with live action. But that would be really confusing, I think.
Yeah. That's true.
Like that movie, they should let, what's his name direct? Stoic, kind of grim. Okay, we're on it. But,
Dino, I think it was you who was talking about the Westworld, or was that you?
No, that was all. That was all me, man. That was all me.
Can't remember.
Yeah. No. I saw that Westworld is getting their first TV series ever to receive a 4K Blu-ray release, which is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, 4K, a lot of nudity. I thought Game of Thrones might have been one of them, but you know, it's pretty cool. So
I think a lot of stuff's just moving to 4K.
Yeah. I actually didn't watch Westworld because I'm broke and can't afford. Is it HBO Go or is it Showtime?
It's HBO.
HBO. Yeah, I can't. I'm from the hood, man. I can't afford HBO Go. I got HBO No. You know.
You need to talk to Mel. He'll teach you how to get those things.
Yeah. So I didn't watch it. I mean, I should start watching Westworld. It's probably pretty good, actually. I've heard all the things I've heard of Westworld was really awesome. But
I just remember on UD, Jimmy was just losing it about how good it was.
No, it's a good show. I mean, it's not Game of Thrones, but it's good.
Yeah.
Keeps you guessing.
I mean, I heard Anthony Hopkins' role is ridiculous. Like, I mean, all his roles are good, but I mean, this one's truly. I can't believe he didn't win a. I believe it would be an Emmy, I guess now, an Emmy for his performance. He lost to somebody. Can't remember who.
Yeah, it's tough to beat Mr. Hopkins.
Yep. And then I think Paul, were you the one about Guardians of the Galaxy? I think.
No, I think it was Brian.
Oh.
Right. So James Gunn posted on his Facebook page the other day, like, what did he say? He said, "It's true. I'm unbelievably excited to announce that after a couple years of me begging and pleading, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 will be coming home to video in 4K Ultra HD. It will be the first Disney release to be released this way." And he said 4K Ultra HD is almost certainly the best way you can see this movie at home, with more definition and most vibrant colors possible on your home screen, and with the brightest brights and blackest blacks. A being composed of light truly appears to be composed of light, whatever that means. But it's on his Facebook page, and then there's a couple people in there, a couple comments that are like giving him shit about it. And one guy's saying, "I'm afraid the whole 4K craze is nothing but a fad. They're already shooting in 8K ratios." And James Gunn's like, "It's not possible for the human eye to distinguish between 4K and 8K on home screens, so that will never be the case."
That is correct too. That is a fact.
Yeah, and the important part of this release is not the 4K. The truly different and amazing aspect is the high dynamic range with light and color, which creates a completely more exciting experience and is the best thing to happen to cinema in my lifetime.
Correct.
So that's a bold statement.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and when he talks about, I guess, a little tech geeky is, and when Wood can talk about this too, is Blacks of Blacks is like new 4K TVs. So I think, was it Samsung? I think Wood's coming out with the TVs where black is like it turns off the TV and at certain parts of the TV, so it makes black like really black and not just like some. You got to mess with the settings on your actual TV, and lights are like brights and stuff like that. I've been looking at getting a 4K TV. So.
Me too. I just can't find the reason to. I'm like having my kids play near the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Hey, play near that old TV. But
hey, you know that piece of shit HDTV I got 3 years ago? Play against that thing.
yeah, my DLP Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
I bought a 42 or 44 inch TV or whatever way back when, and it was in my apartment at the time, and I had a permanent marker that wasn't working, and I was just getting frustrated, probably been drinking. So I had the cap off, and I was shaking it to get the ink towards the tip, and didn't realize the ink was literally spraying out of the pen. Look at my TV that was on. I was like, what the fuck? And nice permanent marker all over the TV. It came off, luckily, because I caught it right away, but I was like, what the fuck? How does it? It was like a wet paintbrush.
Paul's problems.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're hitting it pretty early.
No, that was just impromptu.
I got a Bravia. You know what's funny? I got my Bravia and when Sony had a refurb store, and it has one dead pixel in like the corner, one of the left, like the bottom left corner, but you never notice it unless it's like a bright white screen. You know, like I never notice it. But I love my TV. I mean, I would just get 4K just for like video games and stuff. But I mean, it's crazy as it is. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
My father-in-law got a flat screen for free from a buddy, and like the top 2 inches all the way across is just dead. But you can't really tell. I mean, it's out in his garage, so I mean, who cares? But I was telling him I'd rather have the top because he watches a lot of news, and if it's the bottom, then you're screwed. You don't.
Well, you can put it on widescreen, can he?
He tried, but no, it's stuck.
Oh, I thought widescreen would give you the 2 black bars on the top and bottom.
He's tried, but I don't know, maybe I'll take a look at it next time I'm over there.
Hit it with a hammer, man.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
Even it out.
Yeah. Cool.
Have you guys seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 yet?
No, I'm like Coy now, dude. I haven't seen Wonder Woman. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm supposed to see Spider-Man and didn't do it. I don't know what's going on with me lately. Like, I'm like a comic book dude, but I've been losing it. Haven't been looking into comic books. I mean, me and a couple of the boys on this podcast are going to Cincinnati in a couple of weeks, and that'll be the first time I actually went digging for a while. Maybe we can talk about that later on. Like, have people just lost it when it comes to comic booking, or maybe we can fill some time with that later.
This happening conveniently a few episodes after Dino met a new lady in his life.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, Guardians, especially the second one's probably my favorite Marvel movie. Like, to me, it's when I was a kid and my dad took me to see Empire Strikes Back. That's how I see this for like my kids. Well, my kids aren't exactly old enough for this yet. I did take them to see Spider-Man, but I see kids seeing this movie and getting that feel as I did when I went and saw Empire Strikes Back. Of course, Star Wars is on a much bigger scale, but and James Gunn he's kick-ass director and does awesome on these movies.
My kids aren't old enough to see it, but I took them, much to my wife's chagrin. But they did like it.
Oh, she didn't like that? Come on, she's like comic books too. Come on.
She's like, because I went and seen it before. She's like, how is it? I'm like, I don't know. I don't really notice any bad words or nothing too bad. No sex stuff. She went with us, and she's like, within the first 3 minutes, he said douchebag 12 times. I'm like, oh, I didn't register that as a naughty word. Sorry.
So you like 2 better than 1?
I did. I mean, I liked 1. I mean, I really liked 1 a lot, but 2 had like that perfect balance of action, comedy. I mean, and they gave everyone had like their perfect balance of how much screen time and how much, like you had more Drax this episode, kind of like Sean mentioned, I think on Pressable last week. But I don't know. I just like the way. Perfect action, and it was funny as hell. I mean, Michael Rooker was awesome as Yondu in that freaking movie.
Yeah, my like about that whole movie is it dragged a little bit in the middle, but I think that's just the story they told.
Right. And James Gunn's selection of music for these soundtracks is freaking perfect.
You know who had speaking of soundtracks and music, Marvel actually hits out of the park because Iron Man was a pretty good soundtrack too when it first came out. Like, you didn't see too many movies that had like that type of music, I think Iron Man really was the first one. What do you guys think, like, as music wise?
Hell yeah, what have AC/DC and Black Sabbath?
Oh yeah, AC/DC and Black Sabbath just roll in the first couple minutes, dude. It was crazy.
Well, I tell you what, I watched The Incredible Hulk with my kids this weekend, and while it was not a great movie, it's better in retrospect than I recall it being.
Is that what you mean, Ed Norton? Or
Ed Norton.
Yeah,
because that one's like part of canon.
Yeah,
and like it was right after Iron Man, I think, and before Cap America.
Yep.
And it's not, once you kind of see where they were going, it's not that bad. I mean, there were some slow parts in the story, and a little, Norton just didn't fit the bill.
Yeah.
But they end with like almost a half hour of the Hulk fighting at the end, so it's not so bad.
And I can see, think going back, I guess if you're in that present timeline, Norton's a pretty good actor. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a big stretch. You know what I'm saying? He
didn't pull it off.
Yeah. And how does I don't know.
And Mark didn't read any of the source material.
Well, I doubt that's the case. I mean, because he was big and he was like a method actor. And he was like on top of the world back, 8 years ago. And I think he was too serious. And it was almost like a DC movie and a Marvel universe. The tone wasn't right.
Yeah, and it's just surprising, coming from Ed Norton and Mark Ruffalo. It's like Mark Ruffalo.
I was so excited with Norton. Ruffalo was like,
yeah, that's what I thought too. Like Ruffalo's not. I mean, when you think of that, you have Robert Downey and Ed Norton, and I guess Chris Pines and the guys weren't like really big stars back then. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, or Chris Evans. But yeah, Mark Ruffalo was like, man, but interesting.
No, it's good they made the change, but like I said, and I had told my kids, we're not even going to watch it. We're not going to watch it. And finally, my wife had recorded it, and we're like, all right, I'll sit through it again. And
do you think
there were some bad parts, but it had some good parts.
Do you think some trolls go out to Mark Ruffalo when he's at Comic Cons and just say Ed Norton did it better just for shits and giggles?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody'd argue it.
Yeah.
But they both go, fuck, at least we weren't that first piece of shit.
Eric Bana.
Oh, man, that wasn't his fault. I mean, he wasn't bad, but that movie was terrible.
Yeah, that was the CGI on that one.
Oh, the script was bad. I mean, the idea. I mean, it had no cohesive storyline. I mean, that was almost like somebody just trying to do a abstract version of the Hulk.
Should we replace, or should we do opposite weeks with our trade paperback and watch a movie?
That honestly, that's not a bad idea. I mean,
I might be better at that.
Yeah, it might be a lot easier than trying to read a
I'll tell you what,
fucking chapter book.
Maximum Carnage is not in print anywhere. I've looked 3 or 4 places.
Yeah, I went to my LCS and they didn't have it on the shelf. And then he was like, "Well, I'll look it up, see if I can order it for you." And he can't order it right now. So I'm thinking, or he was saying, "Well, they must be reprinting it soon." So maybe that's some potential spec if they're going to use any parts of the storyline for any reason. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to read it in paper. It's just easier for me. But
post if you're on Reddit, go there, Z. If you're not, I'll post it for you. Looking for Maximum Carnage. This is like the biggest hardcore Omni trade paperback outlet on the planet. So
oddly enough, I think I have the whole run. But yeah, it's 14.
I sold it at IndieCon 2 years ago. For probably nowhere near what it's getting now.
Yeah.
So I know we weren't going to talk Spider-Man, but I will say a non-spoiler review is I really fucking enjoyed it, and I think they did it right.
I haven't seen it yet. I need to see it. I'm just going to go, I'm just going to go one day this week, even if I go by myself, whatever.
They finally kind of, I was hesitant of them younging him down like they did, but it really kind of made all the difference. So that and Keaton was outstanding.
I've been hearing that. I think when they first announced it, the first trailer for the movie just kind of underwhelmed me, and then I don't know why, but the second trailer had me thinking, all right, I think I'm gonna enjoy the movie.
I don't think it's not visually stunning or anything. It's not Guardians of the Galaxy, but I just think they told a good story. It was fun. My kids liked it, except it scared the shit out of my 5-year-old, and he hated it.
Is Keaton? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My kids didn't like some of the soundtrack, the instrumental soundtrack. They're like, it's creepy.
I could give you like at that, and I think Keaton scared my kid.
Is Keaton the first DC Marvel crossover dude? Beating Batman and Vulture?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe. Probably the biggest.
Yeah, probably the biggest.
But you sometimes forget that he's so good at. If he gets the right role, man, he just kills it.
Yeah, and he's not a bad actor. He really isn't. He just disappeared for 20 years. So.
Yeah, there's some of my favorite movies are some even early ones. Some of them in that middle time we didn't see him.
Yeah, you're completely wrong, Dino, because Ben Affleck did it first as Daredevil and Batman.
Look at you. Look at you. I mean, my favorite Michael Keaton movie is Multiplicity, like everybody else's should be.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Catch my Pepe, Steve.
I want some pizza.
That Mr. Mom, come on.
Yeah.
What about Gung Ho?
Gung Ho was good as well, but it's no Mr. Mom.
Birdman was awesome.
I haven't watched it. I need everybody. It's either they love it or they hate that movie.
I didn't finish it. I don't know if I had stuff going on and got distracted, but I don't know. Couldn't get into Birdman.
It's an odd movie, but it's really well done.
I didn't see Spotlight either.
I was kind of what Woods was saying earlier. I will say, I really like Guardians. I really liked Spider-Man. I enjoyed Wonder Woman, but realistically, those two are Guardians and Spider-Man are probably two of my top 5, if not some of them my top 3. Comic book movies we had out. So that's just kind of speaks to the quality as it's kind of evolving.
Yeah, I was talking. One of the things I liked about Spider-Man, this is without giving spoilers, is how they tied a lot of what's already existed in the MCU into this movie. As far as can't say too much without giving spoilers, but they wove a lot of the storylines that existed in the movies prior to this into this movie and threw it into the Spider-Man story, which I thought was really cool.
I agree. It was good. It was a different way to spin it instead of kind of starting over again.
Without doing another origin movie.
Yeah, I mean, there was origin, but not. I mean, it didn't really dig into the first 4 pages of his life. They just kind of jumped in.
Right. Because if you don't know his origin by now, you're SOL.
Exactly. So no, I really enjoyed it. We saw it today. I was pretty stoked coming out of there.
Well, I haven't seen it, but I did read something today about Zendaya, about how her name or something towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But I was real confused by it because I haven't seen it yet. But
who knows? That's something that just is what it is.
We don't want to be Jimmy. We don't want to spoil shit here. So
no, there was talk of that before, but I don't know. Who knows where they're going with it? They do kind of seem to be sticking in more of an alternate, ultimate universe type of vibe.
I will say when the movie was being announced and as you started hearing casting and characters that were going to be in the movie, I started thinking, man, here comes another Amazing Spider-Man when they're going to introduce too many villains at once. But it was kind of Michael Keaton playing the main villain, but then he had, there's some other villains in it, but they didn't have those big roles like they tried to do in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No, they were really, cameo appearances type stuff.
Yeah. And subdued, which I thought was really good.
I thought the sidekick also, he stole some of the scenes. Ned.
Yeah.
My wife walked away saying one of his lines was the funniest thing she'd seen in years.
Yeah. And my kids laughed. I think I know what line you're talking about. My kids laughed like I knew what he was talking about.
Exactly. That was it.
You're 5 years old. He's just laughing because the rest of the theater was laughing.
Exactly. But no, that kid did well. It was a surprise. We should probably stop before we spoil stuff, but I think we've done a good job of non-spoiler reviews.
Just remember, Tom Hanks dies at the end.
Oh, man.
What? You're in,
Tom
man.
Hanks died.
Who? What died? Your mic?
Forrest Gump.
Oh, gotcha.
So there is a story behind that. If you guys seen Road to Perdition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, who he dies at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
So a roommate of mine pissed me off at the time. So I spoiled the movie for him and told him Tom Hanks dies at the end. So then from that point on, every movie we were about to go see, I said, man, Tom Hanks dies at the end of this. It was just something that kind of carried over. So it's always inside joke. No one knows what the hell I'm talking about, but I always tell them, yeah, Tom Hanks dies.
Wow. There's a...
Can I hold on movies for one more second?
Yeah.
I just saw a post that Spider-Man: Homecoming brings the MCU to $12 billion worldwide.
Wow.
$12 billion.
That was a good purchase.
Yeah.
I wonder who instrumented that one. They probably had their own island or something. I know.
DeVoe, that's why he's not on tonight.
Probably.
I was looking at random stuff for the outline, trying to get stuff on there. There's a Thief of Thieves video game coming out. They're doing it by seasons again, which I think is annoying. But I don't know. Any of you guys play those games that come out in parts?
Was it Telltale?
It's not the same style. If you click on that link, there's a YouTube video of it. It looks more free to play. It's like Telltale art kind of thing.
Telltale's made some good movies, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or some good video games. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think if you have PlayStation 4, their Game of Thrones game is free for PlayStation Plus this month. I just downloaded it. I haven't played it, but I just downloaded it. Usually, if it comes out on gold, I'll add it to my library, even if I don't download it, just so it's there.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it looks playable. I mean, who knows how the mechanics are and stuff, but it looks not like shitty. I mean,
it's kind of like I don't know, sneak around feel.
Yeah, it's like Splinter Cell or
Hitman. That's what I was thinking.
Hitman or what's another good sneak one? Like Metal Gear Solid, maybe. I guess would be another.
Yeah.
So, do you think it'll stop here at the video game, or because I know it was an option, or they were trying to shop it around for a TV show a while back?
Might be testing the waters.
Yeah. Do you think this is where it's gonna stay, or do you think, hey, yeah, let's try the game and then we'll see how it goes and maybe work on a TV show or?
I mean, it could go. I guess it could go the Uncharted route, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like, go into a video game and make a movie. I mean,
did they kill Outcast? Is that still the ongoing TV show?
So, I was looking because I actually liked the show, but they had season 2 and they only announced like a UK or a premiere date, and it premiered on like BBC in March, and they never announced a US air date for it. So, if you wanted to, like. I heard people that have Kodi can watch the BBC version, but at the same time, I was trying to figure it out if it's, since it was on Cinemax, is it, and now it's on BBC over there, is it going to be edited? You know, some of the more, it's not going to be R-rated type thing. I was wondering, but so I didn't watch it because I was like, I'm still hoping for the US release, but there's no release date as far as I know because I tried looking it up and. There's people on Reddit and a bunch of forums saying, hey, when's the U.S. release date?
Yeah. Speaking of shows, I liked, I don't know if anyone else is watching it, but The Mist on, I think it's Spike, is pretty decent. Did I bring that up last time or no?
I think you did.
Okay, well, it's decent. They're making a Godzilla anime that's coming out in November in Japan, and then it's coming to Netflix soon after that. The trailer was more like a teaser than an actual trailer, but it wasn't too bad.
I heard people went ape shit over the trailer, like, oh my god, oh my goodness.
I'll have to pull it up again. I think it was short. It was only, it was 30 seconds. But it looks like a decent anime.
Yeah, I mean, I'd watch it. I mean, if it's either like, you know, a couple hours or it's like a show, I don't know. Is it gonna be a show or a movie? I guess. Oh, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah, I mean, if it's an hour or so. Whatever.
Dino, you haven't even watched Wonder Woman. You're not watching that.
I probably won't. Actually, you know what? I've been watching a shit ton of Netflix lately. Like, just killing Netflix.
Well, you don't have to leave the house.
Yeah, it's like traveling outside my house is like a thing now. Like. I don't know.
I thought you were running. I thought you were running everywhere. You could just run to the theater.
Yeah, I could do that too. I don't. You know, the thing is, it's not like going outside or something like that. It's like I don't want to sound like Jimmy, but it's like the problem is the theaters I go to. I hate people just in general, like talking through the movie or playing on their phone during the movie. It just loses lust, I guess.
Assholes bringing their kids.
Yeah, assholes bringing their 5-year-olds and 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds, and then their 5-year-old freaks out because the music's all creepy.
Yeah, those guys suck.
Well, my 3-year-old kept wanting to jump in my lap when I'm trying to watch the movie, and then my 6-year-old's next to him, raising the seat up and down, back and forth, up, down, up, down. So I'm slapping him in the head, then my 4-year-old's trying to like slide down my legs, and he's got these freaking Jake and the Neverland Pirates freaking sandals on there, like scraping my legs up, and I'm like almost got him in a freaking chokehold, pulling him up, going, knock it off. And I'm trying to watch the movie.
That's why I bring my wife, because the little one hangs on her.
Yeah, at least they were quiet. I mean, of course, the next day they're talking about how great it was, and I'm like, did you guys even watch half of it?
They don't have the attention span for it. I learn that every time, and then every time I still take them.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. It's like kids don't have an attention span like that anymore. You know, it's like
it's like you almost want to have them pull out an iPad in the middle of the theater. But he did. My 6-year-old did see the trailer for Justice League and was like, "Dad, I gotta see that."
Oh, my kids were dying for the trailers.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, "Well, the movie's a little bit longer than that, bud."
Yeah.
They have any good trailers out that we haven't seen yet?
No, there were no new ones. But Dark Tower scared the shit out of all of them. So
Paul would be happy that the new Emoji trailer's out.
Yes.
We're number 2, right? Patrick Stewart,
Yeah.
but you know, yeah. Of course, my kids are like, "I want to see that."
yeah, and you're like, God, of all the things that we want to see, that is not it.
Right.
they're gonna like, dude. You know the way the millennials think nowadays. It's like, and I guess I'm in, me and P Dubs are in the millennial kind of conversation. I guess, but we're kind of like on the cusp of it. I can't believe they haven't made a movie about like Snapchat or something.
Right. Like Social Network.
Yeah. I don't
like
know.
for Snapchat
Or like the selfie movie. Is there like a selfie movie coming out? I think.
right. They do make. There are some pretty cool horror movies like of social networking. Like I forget the name of it. One was where they like cyberbullied this chick, and then of course like her spirit comes back and takes them all out.
Oh, that was the one on the Skype call.
Yeah, I saw that one too. That wasn't bad.
Well, you did hear that they have reclassified part of the Gen X millennials to Zillennials for like a 6-year span of age.
Oh.
78 to 84, 85 maybe.
All right, that's where I'm at.
They said it was like a subcategory because it kind of blended, because they're the ones that grew up without like phones and internet and all that as kids, but they've adapted to it as adults, whereas kind of the people before that
Don't know what a Nintendo
didn't have it, they
is.
still kind of stay away from it, and then you get to about 85 and they've always had a lot of electronics.
Yeah, it's like talk to my kids and it's like, hey, yeah, we used to have a beeper, and then like you get beeped somewhere, and then you had to go to a payphone and call them at some point. Yeah.
So they've put a mini generation in for people that are just in that short span of time where the world changed so fast.
So what's this 1977 generation? The Elvis dead on a toilet generation?
They're still Gen X. I think they just were saying right in the middle there. It's a confusing line. Because my wife is born 82. It kind of always talk about is she just said we don't feel like the millennials, but they say we are.
What's that word again? You said so. What is it called?
Zillennials, I think it was.
Zillennial.
Like an X. I don't know. I saw 2 or 3 articles on it this week.
Interesting.
And it makes sense because she's like, they were the generation that she still like got a little bit of latchkey and things like that were in it,
I think of millennials as like 1988 and on almost.
Yeah, and that was kind of the point is they were grouped in that 20-year chunk, and it literally wasn't quite right. So I don't know, non-comic, but I thought it was an interesting little tidbit of knowledge this week.
Wish DeVoe was here, but I was reading somewhere that the Hellboy movie is going to be called Rise of the Blood Queen. It's still in negotiations with Lionsgate for distribution. That's kind of all I could really find. So maybe in a couple weeks you can shed some more light on that if we remember.
Has there been rumors or for any castings for that yet? Like, I know it's way early, but besides the fact that Ron Perlman's not going to be it.
Well, they have the lead Hellboy, but other than that,
Gotcha.
I don't think they're that far along.
IMBD says 2018. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
No. Any guys ever read Death Note? I think it was that was an anime, right? Or a whatever it's called.
I'm not familiar with that one, sir.
It's they're
It's a manga. It's a manga.
that's the word I was thinking of. Anywho, they're adapting that to Netflix. The trailer looked pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys had a chance to watch that, but it should be good. Probably check it out. See that before Wonder Woman, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looks okay. I mean,
I think I don't know. I never read the manga, so I have nothing to base it off of.
I didn't either. Yeah, but we'll see. It'll be like one of those things. Like, do I watch the first 30 minutes and give up on it, or? We'll see.
Speaking of Wonder Woman, you guys saw who's coming to Baltimore Comic-Con, right? Oh, Linda Carter.
Don't tell DeVoe, man. DeVoe's gonna be jelly.
What she's doing? Is she singing now? I was at.
I saw that. It was like it's like a some type of, I think it's what, $1,000, and then there's a concert and then a signing.
Well, if you want to get anything signed, so if you wanted to get a comic signed, admission to the concert and all that is $1,000. I think regular admission's like 30 or 40.
It's a crazy amount for a chance to get a signature.
Yeah, I'm sure Jimmy would know like how often she does cons or whatnot, but
I mean, can you think of anybody you would want to spend that kind of money on a signature? Or a chance to meet for 30 seconds, you know? So.
Maybe the president. The Pope.
Yeah,
maybe.
So I got the press release up from the email they sent out. It says, Baltimore Comic-Con is pleased to announce a Friday evening event on September 22nd at 7:30, featuring special performance by Linda Carter as she brings her show, The Other Side of Trouble, to America's greatest comic book convention for a special 90-minute concert. A one-night-only event, so make sure you get your tickets early.
Yeah, I pulled it up. So there's a regular concert admission for about $40, and then the next step up is about $105, and that's premium concert seating, whatever that means, a poster, and more, and they just leave it at that. And then the next package after that is the gold fan package for about $415, and that includes a pre-autographed Wonder Woman 77 #1. Premium seating, poster, and more, and then that final level is like $136 with the service fee, which includes meet and greet, photo, autograph on item of your choosing, table concert seating, poster, and more. But none of these packages include convention admission to the Comic-Con. I was like, damn, you could at least throw it in with that $1,000 option.
It's too much overhead, man. Okay.
Apparently.
We're losing money here.
Oh, man.
And like you said, how many people would actually buy the $1,000 package? I mean,
it didn't say like limited to 5 or anything like that either. So who knows? Mel's in our live chat. He's saying Linda Carter has 90 minutes worth of material.
I guess I'm just reading here. I guess he did. Hold on a second, stupid pop up. She won. I think is it an Emmy? What did she win here? She won. Yeah, she was Emmy nominated. Blah blah blah. In 2016, Linda was honored to have starred in and asked to write original songs for the Game of the Year Fallout 4, one of which, Good Neighbor, received a nomination for Best Original Song of the Year from National Academy of Video Game Reviewers. So, I mean, maybe she's not bad. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
We shouldn't judge it, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Fucking dog strikes.
Sound like tied a rolling pin to the dog's tail. Want to run around the house.
and she does it just to piss me off. She's got a bone that she's dragging around and brings it from the carpet into the DM hardwood.
Actually, Z, you might be interested in my comic thought process for shit.
I love Paul's comic thought process.
I was thinking before I saw how much it would actually cost of getting something signed by Linda Carter, and I have those Wonder Woman 75th anniversary, the San Diego Comic Con slabs that are 9/8. I was thinking just saying, rather than crack it and go through all that hassle, I'd just have her sign the case, and then I'd cover it with something from a craft store to like seal it so it doesn't get rubbed off.
Like epoxy it, like
some clear fingernail polish.
Yeah. Something.
So like would this be a PC item or a resale item?
No, it would have been a PC item, but okay. Trying to sell that would have been quite interesting, I'm sure.
I don't know. Youse.
But I'm thinking of doing that with some of my turtle books down the line. I don't know. We'll see. If that's
just have him sign a piece of paper and put it next to him then.
Just slip it through the crack in the CGC case.
Yeah. Send it to PGX. They'll put it in there. I told you about that.
Yeah.
Listen, I got that Crow one had a signed case by Obar, but I'm like, to me that was a non-issue. It was like, it's on there. I don't care one way or the other. I didn't put it there. I don't care that it's there. If I want to re-slab it, I can. But it was like a non-issue. But
for all the shit I make extra complicated if I try to go down the path of getting it witnessed and shit, it just seemed like it'd be the easiest option is to just get it slabbed, and then if I ever get the chance, just have them sign the case.
Well, but I mean, if you were going to meet Linda Carter, okay. But if you're just going to have somebody have this case signed, it's I don't know, loses all value. I think you don't have the experience and you don't have the resale potential.
Well, even if I met him and it was already graded, I don't know.
Like if you're just saying I want to meet her and have something to sign, that's okay. But like to send it with somebody to go get it signed, you pay for them to sign the case. You didn't get that experience of it happening, so really that signature doesn't mean that much to you.
Yeah.
And then it's not witnessed, and so it really doesn't have any resale value. So it's just kind of a lost revenue. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just let you simmer on that for a while. Shit.
But other than that, it sounds like a great idea.
Right. Other than, Jesus, yeah.
Other than it was Paul's idea, it sounds like a great idea.
All my ideas eventually boil down to a good idea.
If we could just take all the part of it that Paul thought about.
Right. Getting a book signed, good idea.
You know what's funny? That's what I tell all my bosses. I say, that's a good idea, dude. It's the only ones I come up with. Good ones.
Oh, man.
Dino, did you watch some Castlevania?
I did watch some Castlevania. I was ready for the long haul, and then they pulled the rug out from under me. It's on Netflix. It's 4 episodes though, at 22 minutes apiece. So
which is great. I thought it would be. I didn't know how many episodes it was going to be, and then when you said 4, I thought they were at least an hour each to make it worth it.
Correct.
That's weird.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. I mean, the problem too is like it's only 4 episodes, and you figure out an hour to be like, okay, that seems plausible, right? But like once you start getting into like episode like 2 or 3, you're getting hooked in. You're like, I'm getting hooked in. I like this, blah blah blah, and then it's over, which is kind of crappy. But it's not like anything. I guess I'm not gonna spoil it, but they don't. It's not like they have like crazy closure yet. There's a lot of stuff they still haven't left undone. It's like a teaser kind of. And Brian told me that they are picking up season 2.
Yeah, so, Will Brogdon just put in the chat that season 2 is gonna have 8 episodes.
Oh, nice, good man. Look at him.
You gotta wonder why they do episodes, and why didn't they just make it a Netflix original like movie?
I think they do that with animes because of the cost, and they just throw teasers out there. That's what I'm thinking, but I could
Well,
be totally wrong.
Is anime more expensive than traditional animation?
Will was saying that this was just a prequel to the game, so I guess they're coming out with a new game. That's an interesting avenue. Prequel comics, prequel fucking Netflix shows. Jesus.
So
The last episode include like a QR code to pre-order the game or something.
Oh God, Mike C just got you. Probably said CGC case PGX. Put the CGC in a PGX case. God.
And then vacuum seal it with Trey's Food Saver.
Yes.
that actually might work. That's probably not a bad idea, actually.
We're getting somewhere, Paul.
And then send it to Canada. Shoot.
To be stored in an igloo.
Dino, of what you saw of it, did it make you want to check out the comics?
Me and Ben S were kind of talking about it. I guess I'm looking. I guess I'll tell people. I mean, it's not like it's gonna dry up that much. I was looking for me and Ben S. He told me to cover number 1. It's from Ben. Ben, what comic was that? Is Ben here?
He's having mic issues. I thought it was
the Belmont something.
The Belmont Legacy.
Yeah, the Belmont Legacy. I was looking at number 1 there because it's a cool cover. It's got the cover with the skull on it, and the let's see,
it's from 2005.
Yeah, 2005. It's got the skull and has the blood dripping on the skull. And
did you buy either of those ones I found?
No. I was looking for Near Mint Plus so I could get it like 9.8, but I don't know if it was it. You think? Oh, the second link was a trade paperback.
Yeah, I read one of the comments though, and they're like, "This is a ripoff because it was only the first issue." So maybe that person lucked out. Got the first issue in Near Mint Plus and was pissed because it wasn't. Fuck this! Give it to my kid.
And then he probably destroyed it. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. One of them. I don't know what I would do with it. I mean, maybe I get it graded. Maybe I pack it away. I don't know. No, it was cool. It was great. I mean, the animation direction was really well done. If you played any of the older games, I haven't played any of the newer. Like my cousins play a lot of the PlayStation games. I haven't played any of those, but like the old school games, like they had like the gears from the clock towers and stuff like that in the anime. It was really good. So hopefully, it brings renewed interest to the comics. Maybe, or they have a new comic coming out. But like Will said, we'll see what season 2 comes out.
Yeah, I misunderstood. Will meant it was a prequel to the old Castlevania game.
Yes, it was correct. Yeah. So
We'll hold the phones. Has anybody noticed that these? I just saw it on Facebook feed that BCW, those store folios are adding designs.
Oh. Like what?
Well, so they don't have much licensing, so there's a sketch, a leather book, which is the standard. Oh no, they look like books. A green book and a blue book, so they look like, a book, like a traditional book. A POW, which is a comic animation type thing, just comic script. And then a Vampirella and an XL Man of War.
Yeah, I think I saw the Vampirella. But I don't know. I like the original one. I bought one. Ryan had a nice video on his Simple Man Comics YouTube. And I grabbed one because I didn't have one. But the original regular design has a slip in the front, so you can just print out whatever you wanted and put it in there. But I guess it's preference.
Well, I put those Teen Titans Go prints you sent me. That's what's in mine.
Oh, nice.
But I like the idea though, because they're the books. That's almost like marketing to people to display their comics a different way.
Yeah, it's kind of like those the decorated comic boxes.
Yeah. They're onto another money making venture.
Yeah,
I still need.
I
was just gonna say I still need somebody to invent the machine that will bag and board your fucking bags and boards for you.
I was just talking about this with my brother because I'm like my comic closet's a mess because my bags, my boards are everywhere. I can't figure out how to do it. I think I just need to suck it up, and whenever I buy them, put the boards in the bags.
That's what I do.
And just be done because I always have to have like all the different sizes. I don't do current, but I've got silver, I've got gold, and I need magazines. And then you get some fucking Mylars. And it's like I can find the boards in no bags. The bags are mixed in a box lid somewhere.
Yeah, I usually do like 100 or 200 at a time, and then you get to the end and you have more left than the other. You're like, bastards. But yeah, I just put them in I just have like a Tupperware thing that I put them in. Just stick them all together because I bought those magazine ones a while ago.
Yeah, that's not. I just need to figure it out because it literally is probably the bane of my organizational system, which is a loose term I use.
Yeah, that's mine. I guess mine. I got the IKEA rack or the IKEA shelves, and it's weird because they got like comic books that just hang out, and I don't know. I only have 3 boxes or 2 boxes. You figure I would just put them all in one box, but I just get lazy, I guess.
I'm still trying to condense, and I'm condensing down every kind of couple months. But then you buy some shit, and you kind of grow, and then you got to sell some. And I don't know. I have in my head I want 12 short boxes, and that's it, because that was what would fit in that closet nicely. Jesus fucking dog.
Do we? I guess. Do we? I guess. Let's. I guess. Okay, we're gonna Shanghai this kind of thing. I guess. Let's talk about this. I guess we're not gonna talk about Luke Cage. We're not gonna. I guess. Let's talk about why we haven't been to the comic book store in a while. Because I haven't been to the comic book store in a while. Has anybody else not been to the comic book store in a while?
I don't go that often. I just have a pull, and then my books come out so sparse. It's basically just turtles.
Oh, okay. Now, you guys think I'm a dickhead for this? Because I set up a poll like we talked about, and I haven't been there in like 3 months because it's kind of far away.
That's not good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I set up a billion books or something, but.
Did they call you or anything?
No, not yet.
Do they have your number?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I hope so.
I've not had a poll in years, so.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to get time to go all the way over there because the problem is like it's like 40 minutes away and like another like 30 minutes away from work, so it's like an hour and something. It's like 5 o'clock, and I had to go on the weekends, and I'm busy on the weekends.
Maybe they'll shoot it to you, Mel Media style.
Maybe. You would hope so, but
Mel was saying in the chat for the bag and boards, Z, just have your kids do it.
Yeah, right.
With some crayons and some Play-Doh.
Yeah. Some snacks in them.
Some goldfish.
I don't know. I've hit a few shops recently, just because I've been traveling through work, and I still don't go to a bunch because, like, after work, I don't really want to go hunting for shops, so I might hit one a week. But I did just go to my local Saturday, just shits and giggles to look around.
Have you been going to anyone's near your new workplace? Do they even have any?
There's none super close, and Louisville traffic blows.
Yep.
So like I said, maybe once a week or every 2 weeks I'll go explore. I haven't found anything amazing, so it kind of doesn't make me go. I kind of, other than that, I'll look for the couple books I'm reading and grab those if I happen to get there, but that's about it.
Okay.
But the world is pretty picked over.
I think that's my problem too. It's like the picked over section is like,
But again, there's always gems out there. You just, the amount of working and looking you have to do now is significantly more than the old days.
Agreed.
And Stein just said in the chat, since his mic doesn't work, because there's only a few decent ones in Louisville, and I would agree. Oh,
I guess we can talk about going to comic book store because in 2 weeks I'm going with Mr. Paul Weirderhold and Ben S. We're going to Cincinnati together. We're all going to go. Huh?
To Cincy?
Yeah, we're going to Cincy.
What are we going to Cincy for?
Let's go to the comic book store.
Cincy or Dayton?
No, Cincinnati.
You didn't invite me?
You want to go?
I don't know.
It's July 22nd, a Saturday. I don't know. What are you doing on Saturday?
I don't know. I'll have to look.
Okay, you come with us.
I'll be in Vegas, but thanks for asking.
Yeah. So I guess I guess we can talk about it now. I was talking to this guy, like we were looking for some books for the company and stuff, and I got to talking to this one guy, and he owns a store, which is kind of cool. And he told me that he's going to retire soon, and he's saying somebody else is going to take it over, and they're not going to do any online stores, I guess. Or I'm like, okay, I don't know how they're going to survive, but anyways, he's going to give me access to his back room.
Whoa, back door.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it. I never spent any money with this guy except for the books I just bought, which weren't anything crazy. It's not like I spent like 12 grand with this guy. So
you must have spent enough.
Well, I mean, I think honestly, John, I think I spent like $300, $200. Not like
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, just come on through. I'm like, okay. I don't know how it's gonna go though, because none of it's priced. And he goes, as long as you pay what I think what I think it's worth. He goes, I don't have a problem. And he actually was pretty cool about it. Was open and honest about it. He goes, I understand you need to make money on comics too, which I thought was really interesting.
Well, he's just selling out, so he's just gonna try and milk out, a few more bucks.
Mm-hmm. So I'll hit you up after this. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's the 22nd, huh?
Yeah.
That's
I know. Yeah, I didn't know if you how far you were. You had the kiddos or whatnot, so I wasn't trying to not include you. But
it's only like 2 hours tops.
Okay.
I gotta just check with the boss,
Yeah.
Dino, we can. I'll read Carnage aloud to you on the ride there.
4 7 years ago.
Are you gonna bring Harley for trade?
No, she's gone.
I sold her, dude. Finally.
Where?
Toledo Comic Con.
No.
Yep.
Dino fulfilled his promise.
I did. I said I was gonna sell it that week, and I did it. It was, and you know what's funny, it was the last sale of the day.
Oh, it's the best.
I felt bad for Paul, but I was like,
No, I had a good time. I made a lot more than I thought I would. I mean, it was one big sale that pushed me way over the edge, but
I still can't believe that dude just walked up and said, "Here you go."
Yeah, it was at the 6.0 Werewolf by Night price for I don't even remember what I had in it. What I had it up for, 6 or 7?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think you had it for 8.
I don't know. I had it for something crazy, and I basically had it up there for eye appeal, like to draw people in. And then this guy came up and was like, "I'll give you a." Shoot, I don't remember.
He gave you a Preacher one, right?
Yeah, he gave me like $400 and then $200 in trade. But I sold those books within the next hour and made the $200. So I got my money in the end. So it was just a fluke. It totally caught me off guard. I was looking at Dino like, "What would you do, Dino?" Because
it's awesome. So as we're talking cons and stuff, I was looking through my leftover stuff that didn't sell.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's eBay stuff you can eBay, but I'm sitting on about 3 to 3.5 short boxes of just stuff that's not worth putting on eBay, and it's long-term spec or dead spec or just stuff you have. Anybody have any great systems to move that inventory without just getting killed?
My comic shop trade-in.
Yeah, I don't even think it's that kind of stuff. They don't want that stuff.
Yeah, maybe they might. You'd be surprised, dude, what they want to take, dude. We do that for our company, and some of the stuff you'll be surprised at what the prices they'll give you for things. Like you'll think, oh, that's a $3 book, and they'll give you $10 for it. So it is. But the problem too is they got to go through and then you put a grade on, you ship the books, and then you ship them to you, and they usually knock down a half a grade or something. Like I've hardly ever got something that's truly what we think its grade is, but that's a whole different story. But anyways, I mean, it's if you want to just move books, I mean, at least you get. But I think there's a cash option, but I think it's like 20% off or something crazy like that. I would take the credit option, and we just slowly go get books that we don't really want or whatever, or we get on like big lots we get, and then just build a big credit and then buy something big with it.
What about the shipping though? Doesn't the shipping kick its ass?
No. We'll talk to You know what? Well, when Scotty comes back next in 2 weeks or whatever, we'll bring it up again because Scotty ships it out. It's not terrible, dude. We wouldn't do it if it wasn't terrible. You know, Scotty's the man at shipping. So
I suppose you want your UPS or FedEx, and that's probably not ungodly.
yeah, I think so.
Do some ground.
So yeah, I think we go ground. And honestly, I think here, let me see if I can log into my comic shop.
I've looked at it, but I've never looked and seen, will they take the stuff I have? But maybe that's not a terrible
It's
idea.
easy to do, dude. It's like a little Excel spreadsheet kind of thing they have on their webpage, and you just type in the thing, and they say, "Yep, looking for it or not." I mean, it's not like you've got to sit there for hours. And
I don't know. I was talking to Mike because he was down, and he was like, go in there and let a shop buy them from you for $10 a short box or 15. He's like, maybe you just go in there and you give it to them, and then you trade it on the spot for something. At least you'd feel better walking out with a book instead of not enough money in your hand.
I never answered that question. I think it was last week or last show about your long-term comic plans. But part of mine is, aside from PC, is I think to do Toledo Comic Con next year, and then whatever doesn't sell at the end of the show, just liquidate it to a dealer.
that's what I did.
Or trade it, or like you said, maybe trade it for a book.
Liquidating to a dealer is so cheap. It's they will just give you nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought about picking through it one last time and getting the stuff that I can easily eBay, and then
Just do lots on eBay, dude. Lots on eBay.
Yeah, I don't want to ship lots for crap. I mean, it's not. It's like $5 books, $6 books. It's like,
How about list me one of the books right now that you think's in there?
Oh, I don't know. It's all those
Invincible number ones.
No, we're not. I mean, we're just talking minor character stuff and Dead Spec and a bunch of copies of Spread number 1 and that first Batwoman and the 52 run. Yeah, those are weird things that you picked up for $1 and just aren't worth selling stuff.
See, so Spread number 1, A or B or C, or just because I mean some of them not current. Like Spread number 1A, they're not waiting. They're like 1 month away for Spread number 1A. So I mean that's not terrible. I mean they're taking the Con Teaser and the Phantom variant. So
maybe I'll look through that and see if there's stuff that because they do list stuff on my comic shop more than the rest of the world.
Yeah,
does.
Yeah, I mean honestly, that's what we do. I mean, yeah, you might have. I mean, it'll give you 3 short boxes probably. You said.
Yeah, maybe even if I just look through there and see what I get, and if
they might wean out 100, 200 books for you, 100 books for you, maybe. I mean.
Yeah, and then maybe I'm just gonna Craigslist it and say here.
Yep.
Box of books, $20. Move on.
Yeah, that was my other thought is Craigslist it. But
and then I'm gonna see it all the way in Michigan, and I'm gonna lowball the fuck out of you.
You're gonna send Paul to me.
Make 15 fake email addresses.
No, you know what's funny? I use my personal email address too. It's so funny. I can't believe I hadn't hit up a CBSI person in the Craigslist deals, but
it's odd. You'd think you would.
Yeah, I think I would too. I don't know. I'm not cool enough, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Then it comes to the thing of I wouldn't let anyone cherry pick it because they'd just be here too long. So I'd probably just sell it bulk. But
that's my thing. Is it's not enough to cherry pick. It's be like, here's how many books I have. Here's some pictures. Here's my price.
I mean, at least they're all bagged and boarded.
That's a plus. I mean, honestly, that's what I look for. I see being the man from Craigslist. That's my number one thing I look for is if they're not. I mean, if they're not bagged and board, man, it's hard for me to even get excited.
Yeah, it's more just I want that closet space. I want to be done and not have to move stuff around.
Yeah, me too. It's just takes up an entire corner of my space up here. But
wow, some guy from Cape Cod. Jeez, some guy from Cape Cod's had 30 short boxes from 1960 to 2017.
Oh wow!
I don't even know a price. Interesting.
Yeah, I just want to get so that I can maneuver the closet easily. It's organized. If I need to find something, I can find it.
How big is this closet, man? Because I remember when I first met you, like, oh, it's all in the closet.
Kim Kardashian closet.
Well, I can put all boxes in there, but then I gotta haul them out. like you gotta like they've got to like stack Jenga style. But if I've got 12 short boxes, there's some shelves built in, and you can stack them a couple high, and then they're not a pain in the ass to maneuver. That's my goal.
Yeah. When I'm down to my PC, pipe dream, but I have to figure out how I'm going to display it where I don't have to unstack 4 boxes just to get to the one issue I'm looking for, kind of thing. I don't know if I'll do the comic drawer boxes or just
do the filing cabinet.
Yeah,
I had the drawer boxes, man. I'll tell you, I bought that lateral the lateral file cabinet. That's the best thing I could have done for my comics. And then I got went to Walmart and bought a bunch of that foam board for dividers. So it's so much easier, and it looks so much cleaner in my home office.
Mm-hmm. True.
I don't know if you buy one of these either. Let me hit you up. Like one of those steel racks from Home Depot, like a garage rack thing, and put your comic books on there. Like
That's what I was thinking about. Either one of those, or just or get someone to help me build a wooden one or something where the shelves actually pull out a little bit.
Fuck you! I'm not helping you building that right now.
Well,
I could do it.
I've seen those ones online where they like make the pull-out wooden boxes, and they've got the plexiglass in front. And put a book in there and all that.
We could do that, dude. I mean, honestly, I could build that for you. That's not hard. Just get some rollers and then like make a little like plexiglass front and a handle on it. I mean, it's not.
My only worry seeing those is making them strong enough where when you fully extend the whole drawer, that all those books wouldn't either tip the shelf or break the mounts and whatnot.
I would have to super engineer it. I mean, are you saying putting the books in there individually or the boxes in there, I guess?
Well, I probably have to show you.
Okay.
If I try to describe it, it'd be bad.
I could build it. Probably. I mean, it'd probably take me, you're like an hour away. It'd probably take me like, I don't know, a weekend maybe, a Saturday.
Yeah. Someday we'll figure it out.
Yeah, no big deal. That's easy.
We'll see where I'm even living when I finally reach PC completion status, or at least close to it.
How far are you away, you think?
I don't think I'm too far. It's just grading, getting books graded that I want to grade. That's the next step, I think.
Yeah. But
yeah, the biggest obstacle in my way is just all the bullshit books that aren't PC that I want to just get rid of. For a fair price versus just giving them away.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. John Z and I will have to get a couple bottles of wine or something and discuss all my comic adventures in Baltimore.
You could this is kind of cool too. Like getting lost in comic book racks now or comic book rooms. I hate Pinterest. Like why would you? Who is this dude? Like he has a cool room and I just want the picture. Let's visit image. God damn it.
Yeah, their website is fucked up sometimes.
Here, check this out. I mean, that's kind of cool, but I mean, I don't know how much room you actually have.
That's not bad. It would depend where I'm living. The picture Dino sent, it's like an entire wall. I don't know, is that maybe like 10 feet wide?
Probably.
But those are the drawer boxes. So I don't know. It just depends.
I tell you what I want is I saw it a few years ago on Craigslist or something. Somebody was selling a CGC display cabinet.
Oh yeah, I sent you that.
Yeah.
Out of wood.
Yeah, but like it opens up like one of those bars and goes wide. Because then your books aren't like in the sun all the time. But if you do want to see them, that you can.
It was like, that was a ridiculous amount of money, dude. Remember that amount of money it was? I think he wanted like $2,500 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Off the top of my head, I like those plexiglass ones where you could see display something on the front. You could even do like a cover checklist thing like an Ego has. If you could print it small enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want something like when I want to see it, cool, and when I don't, I don't, I think it's just because I don't think I can handle a full display of my geekdom.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's tough. I guess displaying comics. I don't know how that would work.
Well, the stuff that I want to display that's really cool is the shit that I don't want people to know I have, and I sure don't want them to know I have it sitting in my house.
Yeah, that's true too.
And then I don't want them sun bleached and UV bleached and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that one post? Somebody posted a picture of their maybe his Instagram. One of our CBSI members had like his small personal display with those white wire racks that Ben S uses, and pretty cool. But yeah, it just depends what room you're using, and yeah, sun bleaching is an issue, and yada yada. It's too many factors to think about till you're ready to do it. But what about Comic-Con tips for the buyers? I think that was Brian. Was that you? That was your topic, right? Or at least you added that to the outline.
Right. Yeah, I just figured since Comic-Con season's it's pretty much full blown. Give some tips to people that might be listening that haven't been to Comic-Con before, or kind of like survival tips.
Are we talking a con or the con?
Well, I guess a con.
Okay, so I guess I got the
rapper.
I say the first thing you do is you see if Dino's there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. So I guess the rule I have is I picked this up. I can't remember. I watched maybe a documentary or something, and it was about maybe it was hacking con or something. It was a con something. This is the rule. It's a 3-2-1 rule. Okay, ready? So it's 3 is you need at least 3 hours of sleep a night. Okay. You get 2 meals a day, and you have 1 shower. That's the 3-2-1 rule. So if you're going to a con and you're spending multiple days there, each day think about 3-2-1. So 3 hours of sleep minimum, 2 meals, and 1 shower. So
wash your ass.
Yeah, wash your ass, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard for people to listen to our podcast sometimes. We're a little bit jaded about Comic Cons, but I think they're a ton of fun. I haven't gone to one specifically as a buyer. I know I've been able to sneak away from the booth both times I went to poke around, but I don't know. Any tips for the pre-con would be, I guess, see what con exclusives are there if you want any, and then where they're at, and go to that booth first or whatever. Just kind of map out your day, but then also just kind of have time to wander.
I get depressed, I guess, when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like I don't see any good deals. I don't, it's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I get depressed about it.
Yeah, and if you want those good exclusives, you need to make sure you're in there like the first day.
And that's the other thing too. And you need a VIP package, and VIP package isn't guaranteeing you're going to get them either,
Yeah, if you're, and then I don't know. I get more depressed when I get home, and then I'm trying to put the books away, and I'm like, God, I have too much shit. I don't know. I mean, other tips if you're just going in there to dig and you just forget the exclusives. But
I would say bring your own snacks.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Con food's expensive.
Yeah.
Bring a USB charger because they'll drain the shit out of your cell phone battery while you're in there. Usually.
Yeah. Signal sucks.
Don't put your phone on any of the boxes.
Yeah. And don't put anything on the boxes while you're searching because someone else is probably trying to search next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How close?
Yeah. Don't bring a book bag of 30 slabs.
Or don't bring a book bag in general.
Or no, the book bags aren't bad. It's the people that bring like the luggage or the carry-ons.
The rollers.
Yeah, little go-karts full of freaking boxes and shit.
Yeah, you got to bring a bag of some kind or something to carry shit with.
Hey, if you're a man, you carry them like a man. Okay?
And a fanny pack.
A fanny pack.
And then you drop them like a man.
If you carry them like a man, that's where you end up leaving them on a shelf like a man.
Yeah, that's true.
You drop them like a man too.
Or you keep them in a plain, boring comic portfolio with nothing in it, like an awesome Teen Titans print, and then it gets mixed up with everybody else's.
I would also, a lot of the places they always have programs and they always have maps. So look at the map before you go in there and figure out what you want to do and do a plan of attack on like Artist Alley if you want to head artists up. Look where certain vendors are, where certain guests are going to be appearing. kind of know, so you're not going weaving back and forth because those things get freaking crowded. And then, I mean, next thing you know, you're walking back and forth, and it's easier if you know where you're going to be going ahead of time.
And go to vendors that. Okay, I guess another trick is going to vendors that you don't know of that's not in the local area. That's probably another good thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to go to your LCS's booth.
Yeah. Unless you're gonna, they're gonna get crazy deals, but I highly doubt it. Usually, I go to people who are like just people who aren't pros or just like guys just setting up because that's probably where you're gonna get your best deals at. Honestly, like I picked up an NYX3 for like $200 when they're going for 500 or 400 or whatever.
And then just like how you want the exclusive early, you usually can get some good deals on the last day of the con. People are trying to unload some of their inventory.
Shit, what was I going to say? Oh, also, I would say also remember that all list prices aren't necessarily set in stone. I mean,
I'll haggle for you. If I'm at a con with somebody, I'll haggle with you.
I think if you find the booth that's got deals and wants to wheel and deal and wants to sell some books, that's where you go.
Yep.
Don't pass it up when it's there because they're going to sell those books that you're looking at.
Right. And you usually find for me, I usually get better deals at our boxes than what they have hanging up like their wall books. I mean, they'll still haggle on those, but I found a couple years ago when I went to Baltimore, like I found like all the Art Germ Batgirls, and the guy would sold them to me for like $1.50 a piece.
Wow.
I don't even look at walls. That's how bad it is, man. I don't even look.
Yeah, you see an X-Men 266 for like $425.
In a 9.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to look at the wall to kind of judge what their pricing is.
Yeah, it's a good place to start. See if you're going to waste your time or not.
Yeah, I mean, if the wall is all eBay times 2 or 3, then don't even bother looking in the rest of their shit.
And if you buy like swords and shields and shit, take that shit back to your car. Don't carry it around the con with you.
But keep the fudge. You're going to need the fudge and the jerky.
Yeah. Last time we went, my buddy brought his nephew, and they bought like a Zelda shield and a Zelda sword. He was walking around. You could tell people were getting pissed off because he kept hitting people with the damn sword and shit. I was like, "Hey man, why don't we take that back to the car?"
Is he the one Trey's always talking about?
No, could be. It was in Baltimore 2 years ago.
I'm in the Craigslist black hole right now.
Yeah.
I don't see anything. It sucks.
What else we got to talk about? Is there any spec in that Luke Cage thing, or is that just filler?
It's probably filler. I mean,
they're gonna bring Bushmaster and Nightshade to the Luke Cage Netflix series.
Yeah,
and then, yeah. Meanwhile, while I'm bouncing all over the place, I found that closing. What'd you find?
There's just a book that I've been picking up for a while that's starting to sell very well for some reason.
Triple Clown.
I guess there's only like 6 people listening, so who fucking cares, right? I've talked about this book and posted it, I don't know, at least 10 times in pickups or hangouts and places, but that Action 276 is it's a Silver Age action with a Supergirl on the cover and a bunch of little Supermen kind of around her, attacking her.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's the first appearance of 3 of the Legionnaires, Brainiac 5 and Triplicate Girl and somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there were like hints at the end of Supergirl this last season that they were going to do Legion stuff. No confirmation, no real rumors, just hints. And that book has been picking up. A very good copy just went at auction for $125. And last year you could have got that same book for probably $30.
Is it do they actually that's not terrible. Don't share that out, but I'm looking at that one. That's interesting. Do they actually? Does Supergirl actually have spec? I mean, or all that spec from all the TV shows? Does it actually do anything? Like I always hear, like, oh, Flash, this guy is coming from the Flash. Like, is that really? I mean, is it really making any money? I mean,
I tell you, I don't think for most things, no. And this one, I wasn't buying for Supergirl. I was buying because I think Legion's that kind of thing everybody loves and everybody's after, and it's a cult following type story. So like the people that love the Legion, they love it, and then there's always hints that maybe they do a movie or a show because it's a underutilized property that would kind of be out of the norm, but it's also a cool cover from the Silver Age. So
yeah, it is a pretty cool cover actually.
I don't know. It was just an early book that I've been specking on for a while, and I think it may pay off finally. Help me buy more fucking double cover Western versus sword shit.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, man.
I don't know if this is anyone's thing as far as oldish movies, but the last random thing I had in the outline was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They're going to release it back to theaters for its 40th anniversary, in September. And so for updates, the website is wearestillnotalone.com. So who knows if they're paving the way to test any waters for a sequel or not? Who knows these days? But it's been so long, I can't even remember barely remember the premise of the movie.
Me either.
But Aliens coming back to theaters. Steven Spielberg.
I watched that not too long ago. It's just a weird movie. I don't know but people loved it at the time, but I don't think it's held up as well as they want it to. So I picked up a book I've been tracking for a long time, trying to find a copy this week.
Oh, you care to elaborate?
It's even a modern.
Oh,
how about that?
Wow, it's restored though, right?
I don't think so, but I'm going to restore it anyways.
Okay. What is it? Are you gonna say?
Yeah, so I saw it on Facebook probably 2 years ago. Somebody posted a copy, and I'm like, "What the hell is it?" And this was back kind of right when Turner was, picking up steam again. For some reason, he was getting got a lot of heat, and then it's kind of grown over the last year, and then it's died again. But it was from Project Superpowers, which was a Dynamite run. And it was like revitalizing the Golden Age heroes. It actually has that artwork you sent me of Ross with the Golden Age heroes in the back. It's like some stuff in it.
Yep.
But it's a negative variant, which makes it not as cool as you want it to be. But it's got the Black Terror, which is the pharmacist character with the black outfit and the skull on his chest.
Is that 0 or the one to 50, number 1?
It's actually not the 1 in 50. It's the 1 in 100 negative Turner, because there's a negative Ross. It's a 1 in 50. So I am willing to bet it's one of the rarest Turner variants, especially for probably non-Fathom type shit.
You're probably right about that. Actually,
it's not quite mainstream, but it was just a book that I needed because I really like the Black Terror. I've got his first appearance. I like Turner, and I had been looking for a copy for probably 2 years or so. I had put Walker on it. I've asked around a couple people, and nobody's just ever seen it. You can't seem to find the damn thing. So I was excited to get it.
That's cool. I picked up a. Let's see, which one was it? I picked up. I don't even know. It was a horn variant of Red She-Hulk.
Oh.
I bought one of those, 58.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it really turns out. It's going to be. It might be 9-8able.
That would be a plus.
Yeah. I mean, I got it for a good deal, or we got it for a good deal. So I mean, it's risky. It's not that much risky, but I mean, if it comes back 9-6, I mean, it's not like we're gonna lose or something like that.
So, sometimes you gamble on. If you get a 9-6, you can always get out neutral, right?
Yeah, that's what we kind of talked about. So, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see.
Someone on Turtle's Facebook page posted this cover I'd never seen before for the IDW run number 63.
Mm-hmm.
It's Splinter and Shredder fighting. And I was probably just typing it in like Paul would, but I couldn't find it. And then I put it in one of the group chats, and so Jimmy found it. It's a artist named Alex Kotkin, if I'm pronouncing it right. But I thought I wouldn't be able to find it, and then I put in an offer and they accepted it. So that was my pickup.
Nice.
Worlds away from what you guys are talking about, but
mine was only $20 that one. So
we took a gamble. I mean, not like anything crazy, but I mean,
I'll post it in pickups when it comes here, when I have enough for a 30-minute video.
I think I'm gonna do a video haul finally again. I've got just strange and bizarre stuff coming in, so I think it warrants maybe some conversation versus some pictures.
You should have Wood edit that, like a Ripley's Believe It or Not weird museum intro.
I want to wait for my OA, but I think that's just gonna have to be a separate post because that's coming from Comic Link and they're not always fast to ship.
I got my book from Comic Link actually. I bought something from Comic Link. Yeah,
it's hit and miss. I mean, Comic Connect is slower, but it's just hit and miss. Especially if you wait till at the very end of the auction, it goes slower.
Mine was. I don't think it was an auction. I think it was a buy it now.
Okay.
I guess I'll talk about it. I bought an ASM 361. It was 9.6 CGC.
Okay.
Nah, I'm out there, man.
Well, I think some of it also, though, I think Comic Link and Comic Connect, they don't all have to be on site. So sometimes they're doing like consignment. So you pay them, they've got to wait for it to get shipped to them, and then they ship to you.
They must have had it because literally, dude, they when did they ship? They shipped it a got it a week or two ago. A week ago? I got it a week ago.
Well, some of it, like I said, it's not all. It's just some of it's slow.
Yeah.
But I just have a feeling that it's not going to be the fastest shipment, so I'm probably going to do that separate. But
they don't charge your credit card until it ships, right?
No, I don't think so.
Who did that? I thought somebody did that. Maybe I thought Comic Link. Maybe I just threw it on my credit card and didn't realize it. Maybe it was a month. Maybe that's what it was. It took 4 weeks.
Yeah, so it's just slow, and I haven't been paid for it yet because the auctions ended last week, and I kind of just lost track of it. So I need to deal with that soon. But
yeah,
it was exciting. I have to share because I've been fucking stoked. I got a page from Guardians of the Galaxy 2008 #1. So the relaunch book, which is pretty sweet. I thought for little more than probably a little less than a 9.8 copy. So, and it's a cool page with Drax and Adam Warlock fairly prominent.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
you get it for a good deal?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That was the original art article that got you started down that path, right?
Yeah. The art aficionado on the website. I've always looked at it and liked it, but I didn't understand it. Didn't have any concept of pricing, and just kind of reading that stuff every week on Thursdays when it comes out is pretty good. And I shot some emails to Dick, not about this purchase, but about various other purchases, because I've seen some stuff up and is this a good deal? Is this a good piece? Not understanding what makes something that you want to collect, and there's more into it than you think. Is it inks? Is it pencils? What's the character? How big are they? Even con art and non pages. There's a lot goes into it. I mean, there was a piece I was looking at my local shop that was a Hughes Catwoman con piece, but it was done in marker, and he's like, well, marker fades. You can already see it's faded, so it's not going to be good in a few more years. I'm like, oh.
Would you hang him up in the forums or on chat or?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you hit? Would you hit him up at, like, forums, on the forums or something?
I think he's in the forums. He's not on Google Plus as far as I've seen. So
Cool.
I talked to him that way, but yeah, he's very
no, he's the man when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, those OA articles are freaking awesome. I mean,
no, and I think it's something that we can kind of offer that not that nobody else has any OA articles, but I think it's a different feel. It's somebody like not learning the hobby because he knows about it, but he's explaining it, not just
And it's like well, and it's not dumbed down where the part of it's like he's belittling the reader. It's like dumbed down where everybody can understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew nothing other than it had characters on it. So no, it's cool. And I didn't make a big purchase. I didn't spend thousands of dollars. I spent a couple $100, but I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I really haven't got into really original comic art. I don't know if that's a bad rabbit hole to get into.
I still look at it as it's a cool piece for me to have. I bought another one, but I'm not nearly as excited about it. But they're minor key type. They're in minor key books, and I'm like, well, there's a lot less of these than there are these minor keys everybody's buying up. So at some point, maybe the progression will be towards this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'll take two cool characters on a page from a modern key type book. So I don't know.
Like New Mutants 98 or Batman Adventures 12 or something like that.
Well, that would be a major modern key,
Yeah.
But like I said, I thought Guardians of the Galaxy 2008 is a pretty solid, modern book to have a piece of, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I buy more or not. I mean, I've looked at stuff. Most things, there's a lot of stuff that's just out of our price ranges.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely other pieces you can find in that $100, $200 range that are unique.
I don't even want to. Oh my god! I don't even want to look at like Heights. Wow.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't look. I don't recommend it. But he kept hitting me every Thursday up, and then next thing I know, they're always at the end of the auctions after all the comics, and I maybe hadn't spent all my money, and I started looking. I'm like, oh.
Wow, they have an Incredible Hulk 330 original cover art with Todd McFarlane for 65 G's. Wow.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. Well, he had written in this last article there was a Plat Moon Knight page that went for like $3K. I'm like, holy shit!
How big is the artwork that you're getting? Is it oversized or is it the size of a regular?
I think they're a little oversized. I mean, the pages are just a bit bigger than a real comic page.
And CGC doesn't CGC that stuff, do they? For like art, or CBCS for art or anything like that, do they?
I don't think so.
That'd be cool. Why don't they do that? I wonder why.
Because it's hard to. I mean, that stuff wasn't built to last at all, and
I mean,
it's an artist work board,
Yeah. I mean, you could seal it though. I mean, right? I mean, if they do sketches and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know. I guess.
I think they're bigger. They're not a common size.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt in 10 years they're doing it, but they aren't now. To add a new size is not a small endeavor. Kind of like why CBCS isn't doing magazines.
Mm-hmm.
There must not, the value on return has to be there.
Or the Gore comic.
Or the Gore comic that I may never actually get my hands the way it feels like. I feel like it's taking a Paul's problem trip around the world.
You sent yours in?
Or I wasn't gonna do anything with it, and Jimmy's like, I'm sending some to CBCS. You want it to go? I'm like, all right, why not? And so it went to Trey for some pressing, and I haven't got the notice from CBCS, but I assume it's coming my way.
Because you got the sketch, right?
Yeah, I got the sketch, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know, whatever. Ruth is a beast, so I thought it was a pretty solid deal for what I paid. The sketch I got. If you haven't seen them, they're on the variant, the store variant page. He had posted them up, but I think I paid $10 or $20 for the sketch add-on, and they were nice sketches. They weren't, little doodles.
Can you imagine if your books get slabbed and Jimmy's didn't?
That'd be awesome. I don't think it was Jimmy's that didn't get slabbed. It was another one of the guys that purchased one. So, I think there were only 7 of them sketched. Maybe it was non-sketched ones. I don't know. Either way, I thought it was a cool collection type of item. I don't care if there's graded or not graded. I told him to send it to me raw initially, and he's like, "I'm sending others." I'm like, "That's fine." So, whatever. Maybe I'll PGX it just cause.
Yeah, PGX and CBCS will do it, I think, right?
No, CGC would, but I don't think it was witnessed by CGC facilitator, so you're kind of stuck there. So get like a green label, and I'm like, why am I grading for a green label? I just personally don't give a shit one way or the other if it comes back. It doesn't. But I suppose if you're gonna slab a Guar book, you may as well have the fucking zombie killing slab, but be ready for war.
So what else we got, guys?
No. What else is down here? Oh, you want to talk about Maximum Carnage again?
Yeah. So we're spacing out our trade paperback reviews to every other podcast. Sorry if anybody's confused and thought it was this week, but we're going to be
our 7 listeners.
Yeah. Sorry to confuse the 6 of you that are left, but so we're gonna review Maximum Carnage. We put up a vote in our G Plus page, and oh man, we're gonna try and read those 14 issues.
Paul, don't lie. You're gonna look at the pictures again.
Oh my God, someone else is gonna have to type up that summary, but so we'll give that a go and see what happens. But if you haven't already started, check that out, and we'll see what we think. We'll might throw up another vote after that, or maybe we'll switch to movies. I don't know.
That'd be easier for us. We're trying to be pretty lazy on reading.
Yeah,
I read other stuff. Unless I can find the paper version to put in my hand, it just gets hard. I'm like at the hotel, and I don't bring a tablet, and I don't know.
Even with a tablet, Z, I'm in the same boat. Like I give the view, I think it's like view-comic.com or whatever for online. It's a lot of swiping, man, trying to fucking swipe down.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, then if the font's too small, you're up and down. I don't know.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, I'm going left to right, and you go up to down, and it's not. Yeah, it's a pain.
I'm a trade snob now.
Yeah.
They do have it on Amazon, Z.
They do.
Yeah, paperback.
Damn, more than one.
Only 5 left in stock. Order soon.
I'm actually buy the paperback just for shits and giggles. $25. What a rip.
Oh man.
Fuck. Really?
Can we put it as a tax deduction? Is this considered a part of?
Yeah, grab the used one. There's a cheap one for $13 with 19 with shipping.
I was just surprised I couldn't find it anywhere.
This is 28 new for 18.
What's a library binding?
That's why they take it's probably like the 14 issues themselves, and then they put it all together in like a hardcover type binding.
Well, I want that.
That's $40, bro.
I know, but if you're gonna buy it for 25, it may as well the library binding one, right? Probably not. I should probably wait till I'm sober and think about that. Don't hit buy it now, or I'll end up looking on Paul's problem.
I'm gonna grab the $13 one. I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably give it another one more shop and just see if I get lucky.
Yeah, there's an Amazon tip. Never set your one-click ordering.
God, I was just gonna say I hate that button.
Oh, I don't care. You know what's funny? I don't go drunk shopping I don't. Yeah.
I do, but I know what I'm buying.
I got some funds. I could buy some stuff, man. I just don't know. I think I've been saving up for our little weekend boys trip kind of thing. So
it's a good plan.
Yeah.
Well, shit. I'm going to Cincy. I better freaking sell some books, get some money. Stop buying shit.
Yeah, you guys want to call it a night, and Dino, you can tell us about the trip.
Yeah, sure. If you guys want to.
All right.
All right, we will see you in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, that is actually the weekend. That's our weekend, boys.
Well, we will have some stories to tell.
We should.
Should be good. All right, guys. Catch you later.
All right, later.
Later.